How could we forget, and believe me, we've tried, the experimental scat singing of Jacqueline Roman.
Oh, now you're going through St. Louis, time in Missouri, and Oklahoma City looks mighty pretty. Yeah!
Oh, God!
Jacqueline, what was that?
Oh, God!
Jacqueline, what was that? Jacqueline, what was that? What was that? Was that?
Oh, God!
My name is Noreen Durasti, and this is my attempt to conquer stage fright by singing in front of a live audience.
And I stayed for about 25 years in LA and did a whole bunch of different kinds of jobs.
I've been singing for pretty much as long as I could talk. I don't even remember the first time I started singing, but my family is really musical, so music's just always been in my life, and singing, I've just always sung along with the radio and stuff like that.
I first learned about how other people in different performing styles have to deal with the same problem I have.
But I remember I was doing Out, Damn Spot, Out I Say, after Lady Macbeth had all this blood on her hands, and I totally went up on my lines and was like, it was horrible. It was terrifying. I couldn't think of what to do next.
Pretty much every time I perform, I get really nervous right before I go on stage. I don't think I've ever performed a show where I wasn't nervous beforehand, but I think the worst stage fright I ever got was before I played my first show.
Every goofball that gets off the bus from Podunk is like, I'm going to be discovered, you know, I'm special, and they just think they've got what it takes to do it. So that would kind of flip me out, just the unbelievable numbers of people trying to get into the business and wanting to be a part of it. That was hard for me.
I still get nervous, but I get less nervous each time. So it gets easier to go up there because I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit more, and I'm a little bit more used to being on stage and performing in front of a bunch of people, but it's still nerve-wracking right before I get on until I play like the first 3 songs, and then I just kind of calm down.
In order to conquer the stage, I have to trick my mind.
When I would have something like this, I would be thinking of it as, I'm going to make a new friend today. I would make it really a basic thing. I'm going to get to talk to somebody, find out some questions, and this is going to be a great experience for me.
And then once I got to the actual recital, just walking up to the stage and sitting down, my focus was really just on getting the first key hit, and because once the first note was played, you know, I had no other choice but to keep playing the rest of the song. So it was really just that beginning part, because once I got the song started, it was just like being back at home and practicing all over again.
And there's that old adage, everybody's in their underwear. I mean, that's kind of such a goofy old saying, but the reason it's an old saying is that it takes the power of the audience away, and if they're in their underwear, then they're weak and embarrassed and small, and then you have the power. His whole thing was to look above their heads. So if I'm talking to you right now and I'm really nervous making eye contact with you, I just look right above your head, and in my room it's a parrot, and I could look at the parrot and talk to the parrot, and I love birds, and I would relax, and then it'd be kind of a whole different thing.
Now, in order to conquer the stage, I have to rehearse enough to be comfortable with the material.
Well, in dealing with stage fright, I think rehearsal is definitely one of the biggest steps to success. I mean, first, just because you need to know the song that you're singing and that I'm playing, we need to practice it a lot. So we just build that basic confidence of knowing that we can play the song and that we've played it multiple times. So playing it again once more on stage won't be a big deal.
For me, I don't think it does at all, because it's completely different from playing in front of your mirror to playing in front of a bunch of people. It's completely different. When you're playing in front of a crowd, you have all this adrenaline going through you, and everything is heightened, and you're like super aware of everything.
I get to practice today. This is going to make me better for next time, as opposed to, oh, I suck at this, man. They're looking at me funny because I'm nervous.
In order to conquer the stage, I have to use my support system to make myself feel more comfortable.
Playing on stage is just kind of going to be like another hangout. I mean, we hang out all the time, we practice all the time, so it shouldn't be too much different than anything we've done before. So I think you'll find like relaxation in the fact that it's just another comfortable person that you're with, that you're overcoming this fear with. And if I'm playing the piano and you have to sing, once I start playing piano, you don't really have a choice but to sing. So kind of with me as your friend, gonna tough love and force you to do it.
So the other half of my band is my cousin Frankie, and she is completely my other half in every way. Like musically, she's my best friend, she's everything, and having her on stage with me is really helpful because well, besides the fact that there's another person, so it kind of splits the audience's attention, she's my best friend, so she knows exactly how to like calm me down, and we're there for each other, and she can make me laugh before a show to make me feel less like it's less of a big deal. She's always there to remind me of that and remind me that even if I mess up, like, it doesn't really matter because people will still be there for me and follow me and stuff.
But I think the biggest thing for you and being able to conquer stage fright is more just getting more confidence in yourself and, having the courage and like willpower to walk up on stage, knowing that this is something you can do, and just having that confidence in yourself, which you will be able to build.
And how will you specifically help me build that confidence?
I think I'll help you build that confidence just by being a supportive friend. I personally know that this is something you're very capable of doing, and I want to help you reach that potential.
After following all this advice and help, I went up on stage, still nervous, but ready to conquer my fears.
This romance, my back is turned on you. Should've known you'd bring me heartache. Almost lovers always do.
However, it did not go as planned.
We walked along a crowded street. You took my hand and danced with me. Images. Where are we?
I thought, with all this advice about tricking your mind, rehearsing, and using a support system, I would be successful. But that was not the case. I felt embarrassed and even less confident. I felt like I made my stage fright worse. I felt like my entire senior project was a waste of time.
Sorry, it's like the longest song ever.
But I kept singing. Although my performance didn't go as I hoped, and I felt like I did horribly, I remember what I learned from my process of overcoming stage fright. So this is only the beginning of conquering my stage fright. I still have a lot of work to do, and a long ways to go.
People start crummy and learn. I mean, you've got to start at the beginning. And that's how you have to kind of look. I'll get better at this. Oh, here's, again, positive reframe. I get to practice today. This is going to make me better for next time.
The winner of American Idol 2005 is Carrie Underwood!